Genetic engineering. How does one genetically engineer? If I modify the genes of a chicken embryo, could I unlock its ancestral past and create the Velocichicken? How quickly would I get sued if I shove jellyfish genes into a pregnant lady's hoo-ha to make her baby glow? And why does this fruit fly have so many legs? Find out this time on In the Genome. One of humanity's favorite species to genetically modify is the fruit fly. This animal has only 4 chromosomes compared to the 22 of a human. That means that it's much easier to gain an understanding of how the genes you're editing directly make a difference to the organism you're creating. Also, a low intelligence with a short lifespan, plus the general distaste that humans seem to harbor for insects means that no one really cares what you do to these creatures. Because of that, scientists realized they could breed a fruit fly with no limbs, inside-out skin, and multiple sets of both reproductive organs, and Mr. Ethics Board over here is still just like, me. That means it's open season on the fruit flies, baby. This has led to some interesting insects. For example, through expressing the antennapedia gene in the wrong area, it is possible to create a fruit fly with an extra set of legs on its face in place of antennae. Through deactivating the ultrabithorax gene, we can create a fly with an additional body segment and pair of wings. So the obvious question, how far can we take this? The specific type of genes that they are editing are called Hox genes, and the expression of these genes can control the physiological development of the being they belong to. Hox genes are found in many other animals, including humans. So the obvious question, how far can we take this? On a related note, a team of researchers have been tampering with the biological functions that cause chickens to develop beaks in the egg. They've created a chicken embryo with a dinosaur-like face. They remarked that its snoot looked similar to the visage of a velociraptor. The team was trying to better understand the evolution of the beak in birds. They looked at changes in ways that genes are expressed in the embryos of chickens, emus, rodents, alligators, turtles, and lizards. From this research, they found that birds have unique genes not found in other animals that are specifically for facial development. When they disabled these genes, the facial structure of the developing embryo was greatly affected and began to resemble that of a dinosaur. The new animal also had a shorter, rounder bone structure more similar to their dinosaurian ancestors than modern chickens. Fortunately for ethics nerds, but unfortunately for my legally distinct dinosaur safari theme park, they did not let the Velocichicken hatch. However, the head researcher did believe that they would have been just fine. I consider science an art, so any of my genetic artists out there, hit me up because I got an egg to commission. Hey, fun fact, did you know that chickens will just keep laying eggs if you keep feeding them, so they're a very easy animal to breed on a mass scale? Just saying. Speaking of genetically modifying animals that humans enjoy digesting, this is a teeny tiny pig. Now, in a normal pig, they're like those people that get so fat that even their forehead gets fat. Great if you're eating it, not great if you're keeping it in your house and you have to pick up its turds. Enter the micro pig. Scientists in China have used a technology known as CRISPR to modify the genes of a small species of pig to create an even smaller pig. They plan to sell this new smaller pig on the commercial market. This raises a ton of ethical concerns, because sure, gene editing with CRISPR is cute when you make a tiny pig, but suddenly when you try to recreate King Shark, you're looked at like the bad guy. Also, humanity has a very limited understanding when it comes to the repercussions of gene editing. Apparently, the possibility of disaster ain't gonna stop them from chasing that bag. No one seems to be stopping them yet either. Just like how when I walk into a pharmacy wearing a lab coat and walk out with whatever the hell I want. I guess the secret ingredient is just a dick full of confidence. Scientists have also been able to create multiple glow-in-the-dark animals using a gene from jellyfish. They've created glow-in-the-dark fish, cats, mice, rabbits, pigs, sheep, monkeys, and dogs, just to name a few. It's reasonable to assume they could create a glow-in-the-dark human from this technology. Could you imagine closing your eyes to go to sleep and then your eyelids start glowing? I guess it would be useful at night, maybe? Let's ask this glowing man.
The moths. They never stop.
If you like this video, you should subscribe with all notifications enabled. Comment, like, and do everything you can to keep boosting my Robot Good Boy points. I'm out here doing nothing suspicious at all, so you don't even need to check. I want to thank my co-members for I think what is now 27K. I'll check back later. That's pretty fucking I'm kind of doing something here, dude. As always, like, submit the bell, and I will see you all in hell. Okay, bye.